Hey guys, it is Brian here with some NHL 14 demo gameplay for you. The demo went live today. Just sat down, played my first game as you're going to see here. I'm going to show you what I like and dislike from what I've seen so far, at least, of NHL 14. Also be doing an impression video a couple days from now or in the near future too, once I got some more games under my belt. But these are my initial impressions of what I think of the demo. Obviously, the demo is something to take with a grain of salt because this is the kind of working ground for some changes that they will make. They will tweak the game a bit. As you might remember from NHL 13, the game did change a bit when you got to the actual final release of the game, but it's a good kind of an idea of what the game's going to be like coming at release. And the biggest thing that came right to mind when I was playing this is the hitting is completely changed, or at least the feel of the hitting is completely changed. The skating is a little bit janky in this demo at least, but I could definitely feel that the hitting was way different here, and you're going to see some big hits at least a little bit later on, where I start getting a little bit more comfortable with the system. Now that's something that actually I'm really liking so far, is that you can see that was probably the biggest one there, and a couple of hits on the boards there too, where you could just see that, yes, I was going in for the hit, yes, I was trying to make that impact play, but wasn't really expecting that hit to have as much punch as it did. And one of the videos I already have up on the channel that you can check out is some retaliation fights after some big hits too, which I don't have in this gameplay here. But it kind of gives you an idea too that there's going to be a bit of that going on, where the computer's not going to give you, free leeway to just go around the ice and hit people as much as you want. The skating feels very similar to NHL 13, which I think is a good thing because, NHL 13 gameplay for skating at least was pretty solid. There was some tweaks that they wanted to make, and one of the things I could feel in this demo was that it was a little bit janky at times. There was a little bit more of this kind of feeling that everything wasn't smooth, and I think that's something that they're gonna, kind of iron out a bit when it comes to the actual game coming in September. But you see the first goal here, and actually I like this one because it just goes short side there, and nothing too special. A good goal by Sharp, but they were also talking about that being the devs of NHL 14, that they're really trying to make it so that there would be more goals that are maybe not ones you'd expect to go in all the time, and it's nice to see that one go in there just to show that that actually can happen too. So yeah, the biggest thing I really enjoyed was that. Also, the other thing that I started to get a little bit of grips with in this demo here is the actual dekes feel, at least to me, a lot better. I mean, they feel a little bit more fluid than they did before, and the thing that you initially get out of playing a game that you haven't played yet is that it's hard to kind of get that feeling for, but I definitely could see that these dekes are going to be, open up to the player to really kind of get into, and hopefully not manipulate, but, make some really great plays. Here's a goal that scored off the tip. Not really my doing, but you can see Lucci's there right at the front of the net doing what he needs to do to get a tip on there, and he scores a goal against Crawford. And yeah, I like seeing that one as well, because obviously it's nice to see some tips go in, and that's another thing too that they kind of talked about, that those are going to be things that they're working on, or at least they're going to have in NHL 14, where the actual plays are going to be a little bit more impactful in front of the net. You can kind of wrestle around in the front and there, not get a penalty for it too. One of the things, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get in this initial gameplay here. I'll definitely get it up when I can, or at least a highlight reel, because I wanted to show off a bit of the actual goaltender interference. There's a lot going on in the front of the net in this demo. And not all the time is there actually plays that are going to result in penalties, but there are some chances that are really interesting to kind of see unfold because of that. And the other thing too that is a nice thing that I'm really seeing so far, I played a couple more games after this specific gameplay here that I actually liked as well. Here's the two players at the front of the net saying, hey, back off, a little bit too close to the goalie there. But the other thing I'm really liking as well is that at least from the hits, I've made some big hits so far, really trying to test the system, see how that goes, that the penalty calling's pretty solid. They're really on the ball for that. I've had some charging penalties where I've said to myself, yeah, that was completely a charge there. I didn't deserve to get away with that, and I didn't get away with it, and that's nice to see from that there too. The high stickings are there. That's something that you'd expect to be there. But yeah, no, definitely I could see that. Hopefully, this is something that I'm going to get that impressions video out a little bit later on and have a better idea of this whole demo and what I think of it so far. These are my initial ones, like I said, but it seems like the actual penalties are a little bit more to the point, and that's actually really awesome. And I'm going to be able to play against my brother a little bit later on today. Since it's early on in the morning right now, I haven't been able to get him up. At least I didn't torture him to wake him up at 4 a.m. Pacific time to play the demo. but we will definitely play around with that too. Here's another big hit. I actually get a little bit caught up on them there, but just showing they can really throw your weight around. And yeah, the retaliation hit was the favorite part, for me at least, of the early parts of this demo, is seeing that, you know, I made a big hit, a little bit dirty, and the player jumps in to kind of say, hey, you're not going to do that to my player. And yeah, I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. This is definitely a step up for me that I'm really enjoying so far. And, you know, people have been maybe a little bit up in arms with the fact that it doesn't look massively different than NHL 13. I don't think that's something you need to worry about because the next-gen console's coming relatively soon. There's a deke and a goal. I think one's a little bit lucky because really I was going for the behind the leg deke there and was going into the player, but still able to get that one to go there. And Louis Eriksson, the new player for the Boston Bruins, scores that one there, as you can see, going through and scoring kind of nice, not, you know, too special, but showing that the dekes are going to be useful. And this gameplay here doesn't show off the full potential that definitely is. Like I said, this is my first, you know, 6 minutes with the new demo, especially playing on Xbox and normally play on the PS3, but getting that idea, like, hey, you can make some cool dekes here and they're actually going to be able to be used to implement there. That's a big hit too, and that was probably the thing that really stuck out to me the most. Kind of similar to NHL 11 when I played that demo initially. I was like, wow, these hits are completely different, and I'm absolutely loving the big hits that are in this demo here. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the quick look here, kind of giving you an idea of what NHL 14 looks like. I'll have lots of more videos coming up, including the third-person fighting system and the retaliation big hits as well. You can check that out already. There's an annotation right there for you as well, so you can see that. Until next video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future.